For this episode, I'm joined by Rayquan Smith. You may also know him as the King of NIL.
It's all about marketing. If you can market yourself, then you'll be successful at it.
How many deals in total have you done?
Last time I checked, I was at 90 something.
As an HBCU athlete, what has been like the biggest struggle related to NIL?
That's easy. There's not enough media coverage. This thing gave me more opportunities than anything ever get opportunities. Just going to different conventions, going to different places to speak, getting invited to different places just to meet different people.
So you co-founded an NIL marketplace sponsored from. What prompted that journey?
Our main audience target is HBCUs and small schools, so they can feel comfortable on the platform, so they won't feel overridden by bigger schools. When it comes to HBCU and it comes to NIL and all this, my name should be at the top regardless, because I really paved the way for a lot of athletes.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Echoes of the Yard. I'm your host, Kendyl Terrell, a soccer player at Jackson State University, and this podcast is your source for all things HBCU. From the guests to the topics, the good and the bad, we're here to talk about it all. For this episode, I'm joined by Rayquan Smith, who played at Virginia State. You may also know him as the King of NIL, but we'll get into that later. We've got so much to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. Tell me a little bit about yourself, like where you from, how's your upbringing, siblings, like tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I got 4 brothers. I'm the second to youngest. I play football, I run track. That's all for growing up. That's simple.
Okay, so how and like why did you start playing football?
Playing football, I mean, our whole family, household, we all did sports. Some did basketball, some did baseball, some did track, some did football. We all was a sports family, so we was always into something.
Was there a lot of competition? Like, did you always like try to outdo your brothers and stuff
that's
like that?
that's always the goals. Try to do better than the next person. Always.
Yeah, for sure. So when did you realize you wanted to pursue it in college?
I guess it's just just growing up and just playing football and just seeing how good I was, and basically just like, well, let's see how far it's gonna take me, and it took me a long journey.
So you started your college career at Norfolk State, then transferred to Virginia State. Did you always know you wanted to go to an HBCU?
No, I didn't know nothing about an HBCU when I was in high school. I only knew about the Power 5 schools at the time.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know about HBCU. Nobody really talked about HBCUs when I was growing up. I mean, I didn't know what the HBCU was. I mean, I knew what it was once I committed there to Norfolk State. But like as far as that, all I knew was the Power 5 schools, like Duke, Clemson, all of them, like big time schools. So
yeah, for sure. So how would you rate your overall experience at Virginia State?
I mean, I just got here, so I mean, it's cool. I mean, this will be my second year in. I ain't really.
Okay, so like as a student, how's it going?
It's going
so
good.
far?
I'm older, so like I don't be around as much. I stay to myself, just do what I gotta do, go to class, go to practice. That's all for and just that's all I do. Now at Norfolk State, a little different because I was undergrad, a little younger, so I did more things, to find suit.
Okay, so how would you rate your experience at Norfolk State? As a student, like 1 through 10?
It was good. I did a lot of things, have fun. I mean, my first year going to college, freshman year, it was cool, smooth. Then COVID hit. Then after COVID hit, they came back, and just finished the rest of the season out and school out. It was smooth. It was cool. I enjoyed myself. For that time being.
How's your first year been as an athlete at Virginia State?
It's been good. A lot of love here, a lot of support here. A lot of people love what I do. A lot of people, they support what I do. So it's been tremendous here. I can't wait for year 2.
So, would you say there was a really big difference from Norfolk State to Virginia State?
Big difference. The support definitely. Virginia State support is way higher, 10 times higher than Norfolk State. They actually support what I do. They love what I do. Can't say the same thing at Norfolk State, but it is what it is. Two different schools.
So how does it feel to step out on that field? Like, what do you think the difference was, like stepping out on the field for Norfolk State and then stepping out on the field for Virginia State? Like, what was that? What was the difference?
Norfolk State, I mean, I think it's the same for I mean, any college game I step on the field, I'm going to be first game or first little couple stages, you're going to be nervous. But once the game progresses and everything, you're gonna be smooth. I mean, football is football. I'm not a player, so I'm not gonna be as too much nervous. I prepare myself throughout the weeks to prepare myself for Saturday. Saturday's the easiest part. Monday through Friday is the hardest.
Yeah, I love that. I like that you said like Saturday is the easiest part. Like you just have to get out there and go play. So like, have you grown as an athlete since beginning your college sports
Definitely,
career?
coming into Norfolk State, I was only 17. Birthday came in July, so I was coming to 18 years old. Playing in my first football game at 18 against a number ranked team, and HCU that was at the time was North Carolina A&T. So just playing that first game, first snap, and just doing what I do. Then I was like, well, like I said, this is football. I mean, no matter what it is, if you're not playing football, you're gonna be good regardless. So
Yeah, I love that. So do you think playing for an HBCU has made college sports easier or harder for you?
as far as like just in general or just like overall, I mean,
Just in general, like and like you said, overall, like how do you think your college experience as at an HBCU was? Like, do you think it was kind of easy? Do you think it was harder? Like, what aspect?
uh, I want to say it was easy. I want to say it's hard. I would say in the middle, just because like HBCU got some competitors. It's athletes everywhere. You mean you can't go to a game and be like, yeah, we're gonna beat them by 50. Nah, it could be a dogfight or it could be a blowout. So it's either one. So I mean, just really going there just with confidence, just knowing what to do and everything. But like I said, HBCU's got some dogs too, so can't really go in there.
So would you basically say it's whatever you put
Yeah,
into it, really? Like, if you put your all into it, you'll get
yeah,
everything out of it. If like you put really nothing into it, that's
yeah,
what you'll
yeah.
get.
You'll get in some games that you shouldn't be close to, and just because they think they could be 2-9, they could be 1-9, and y'all could be good season, and y'all go in that game with too much like, oh, we're gonna beat them. It'll be you made it in a dogfight real fast.
You'll
Yeah,
get
real
humbled, literally. I
fast.
love that. So now let's get into what everybody wants to hear about your NIL. Did you have a strategy at the beginning, or was the goal to just get as many deals as you
The
could?
really goal was to get in these deals. I get. I knew I went to HBCU at the time, and I know I wasn't gonna be able to get one deal and make $500,000. So I said I got to figure out a plan to make that much money. So my plan was just to get a lot of deals to equal the same amount of money, and strategy worked, and it led me to a lot of success.
So why did you decide to brand yourself as the king of NIL?
Uh, I did the things the right way. I went out there and got it myself. Went out there and looked for deals, then wait for them to come to me because they probably won't come to me. I just did it in the right way and hustle and just did what was needed to do. I mean, if I wasn't gonna do it, I don't know who was gonna do it. So, uh, just me doing it now is a lot of people just doing the same thing now. I'm just trying to, they're trying to, recoup what I did and try to do better. And I love to see it
So how many deals in total have
right
you done?
now. I lost count.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I checked, I was at 90 something. If I recount, I
Wow.
might be past 100. Don't know. Just didn't recount no more because my time's gonna be over. So whatever I get at this point, whatever I get, I mainly focus on just speaking and teaching other athletes about it.
So what is your favorite deal today? Like one that's just like implanted in your brain, like one you can't forget. Like nah, like this NIL deal was just my favorite experience. Like what?
Well, my
Which one is
coach
that?
deal gonna be my favorite one because coach gave me so much. He gave me a lot of coach. The coach deal gave me a lot. The coach apparel. It gave me a lot. So like
Wow.
that's always gonna be my favorite deal. Got so much for them. A lot of love for them.
So what has been the most challenging
The
deal
most
today?
challenging deal. If it's challenging, I probably shouldn't have done it. So I mean,
You don't have one in your brain that's just kind of like, dang, like this was a bit hard, like to get or like to grasp.
uh, not top of my head. I mean, most deals I got. I mean, if they wanted to work with me, then I want to work with them, and we both committed together, then it works. I mean, I don't think if I gotta try too hard now, I might just move on. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, nah, definitely. I definitely understand that. So, like, how do you land your
Say
NIL
again.
deals? How do you land your NIL deals? Like, how do you get them? How do you get your people to be like, yes, we want you?
Just just being myself. Selling myself. I'm a good content creator. That's what I really use. That's my pitch. I can make good content of your product or anything you want me to be talked about, and that's all for real. Just being myself. Doesn't change who I am.
So, as an HBCU athlete, what has been like the biggest struggle related to NIL?
That's easy. There's not enough media coverage. A lot of people doesn't talk about my story as much just because I go to HBCU, uh, and and I don't make as much money as the Power Five schools athletes does. But I have more deals than them. They just make more money. It's just levels to it. So I never really complain about it. When people talk about the higher HBCU earning and all that, I don't really complain about it because I already know there's levels to it. So me complaining about it ain't gonna make a difference.
Yeah. So, like, what type of opportunities have come out of this for you? Like, what do you think? How close do you think this has brought to you to building your
This
network?
thing gave me more opportunities than anything ever get opportunities. Just going to different conventions, going to different places to speak, getting invited to different places just to meet different people, traveling the world just to do podcasts and speak about things. It gave me a lot of connections. Using LinkedIn just to post my accomplishments and LinkedIn connecting with other people. So this definitely gave me a lot of opportunities, and especially when it's time for me to settle down after all my sports things is over. I know opportunities to do something.
So, you co-founded an NIL marketplace, Sponsor Pro. What prompted that journey? Like, what was it that got you to there and wanted like to
Well,
pursue
I
that?
knew when I first started, and I was like, well, I needed something. I was like, we needed like I mean HBCU, like we needed like something for uh, people just like us for to get deals. The other marketplaces is taken over by the Power Five athletes. So
Yeah.
the platform is really for like HBCUs and small schools, but we're open to like bigger schools too because we gotta keep it eyes open for everybody. But our main audience target is HBCUs and small schools, so they can feel comfortable on the platform, so they won't feel override by the bigger schools.
So, what are some challenges like you have related to that? Like, what was like the biggest thing getting Sponsor Pro to get active and get out there?
Easy. That was the money part. Just trying to figure out the money costs, trying to figure out the people to make the websites, to all the other stuff. It's a lot because I started in May 2023, April 2023. I mean, 2023. Now we got everything running and everything. We're trying to add more new stuff to it. So I know hopefully before 2025 or maybe before the school year starts, we could get some more going on. It's a lot of stuff we're trying to get done. It's taking a little longer because what we're trying to do. So once it comes out, then hopefully we can get stuff rolling again.
So, what advice do you give athletes that are trying to get brand
The
deals?
most thing I would say is just being yourself, be unique, be professional. Don't force it. Take what they give you the first. Show them that it works, then come back again. If they want to offer you product, take the product. Show them that you could get it done. Then you come back to it. Hey, I did this and this and that. Do you want to try something different? Product, money, and everything. So try to work smaller, then work up. Don't try to just go straight for the money, because then it's like you just money chasing. So just try to work small and everything, work your way up. Especially if you ain't got no resume to back up anything you trying to do.
So, like, what do you think you can do to help other athletes in the HBCU culture, like, get to that point where they feel confident enough in themselves to get those NIL deals, to try for those NIL deals? Like, what do you think you can do for the HBCU
Uh,
community besides Sponsor Pro?
More like just one on one lesson talking. Just Zoom calls one on one just to get your social media presence up. Fix your Instagram, fix your Twitter. Try to use certain hashtags. Try to use different things just to market yourself better. It's all about marketing. If you can market yourself, then you'll be successful at it because marketing is all about marketing.
So, do you have certain apps that you download to, like, to like basically interview or put your name in for deals? Do you DM companies? Like, go into a bit of specifics, because some people, like, yes, the general statement of like put yourself out there and do that, but like, can you give any specifics for people that don't know how to technically put themselves out there? Like, what can you say that can help people?
When I first started, I did use a lot of NL marketplaces like Open Doors, 98 Strong, Icon Source, Mogul Marketplace. So like I use all like the NL marketplaces to help me build my portfolio to get where I am now. So I used that in the beginning, post game, all that. So I used all this stuff in the beginning just to get where I am now. Then once I got there, I felt more comfortable going out to DM companies too as well. Both now I gotta put forward behind it. So I can say, well, I work with this such company. Now I want to work with me too. So I can show them that I work with other companies just to show that they not gonna be the first company. They're gonna be. I did come beforehand just to show them that I did it already.
So like, what kind of companies do you DM? Because like, I know, like, me personally, I would love to be sponsored by Liquid IV and Body Armor. Like, that's definitely something that I would go for. Like, Body Armor and Liquid IV is probably in my everyday routine. So like, what can you tell me that, like, what is the step for getting a Liquid IV or a Body Armor like deal? What could I do to possibly get
So
there?
what I do is uh, if I really want the company or something, I want them to check me out. I beg a little. Ain't no wrong with a little begging. I'll follow them first. I would send them an email. I would send them a DM. Give it like a day or two. We don't respond. I might go. If I already got the product laying around, I do like a little boomerang with the product. Tag them. Because when you tag them, most of the time they see the tag. Nine chances they see the tag. And once they see it, resend that format again of what you're trying to do.
Mm.
And while you got their attention, try to send it again. And but if they still don't see it at all, then that's when I go to their page and be like, check them. If you do all that and they still don't respond back, then it's time to move on. Because now you checked off everything you did, and they still respond back. Hey, next one. You know.
Yeah, like, okay, I love that. See, that's a good thing, because like, I can be vulnerable. I can tell you, like, I DM Liquid IV one time, and like, I was telling them, hey, like, I'm interested, like, basically getting your product out there, being a sponsor. Like, Liquid IV literally is probably in my blood more than my blood is. You know what I'm saying? So like, definitely I DM them, but like, I missed the ambassador thing, and like, I'm glad you said that, because just someone that's experienced that, like, I can definitely tag them in that. Like, I really like that. So I'll definitely be using that for me personally. But before I get to my last question, is there anything else you want to share about your story or your experience as a student athlete at Norfolk State or Virginia State?
Uh, More about my story. I mean, my story is very unique, different. Uh, I started at the bottom, literally the bottom. Now I'm really at
Yeah.
the top of everything I'm done. I mean, if you speak about NIL, especially from my HBCU point, and if my name not being talked about, then most likely it's wrong. Yeah, that's Phil.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when it comes to HBCU and it comes to NIL and all this, my name should be at the top, regardless, because I really paved the way for a lot of athletes doing what I did. Now, now going to the higher level, my name should still be in the crease a little bit, just a little bit, because I got people at other schools that people say, like big time schools, people say they use some of my videos and they made PowerPoints of me at the bigger schools. I ain't gonna say their names, but a lot of other schools use me as examples for different things. So if they doing, I know a lot of other schools doing it. They just probably don't know to tell me. But just I'm just trying to get my story out there more and more. Uh, probably not gonna happen. 9 10 chances not gonna happen just because I go to HBCU. But the more it grows, the more I get talked about. You know.
Yeah. And it's really all about, like, genuinely the people you know, the people you reach out to, like, doing stuff like this. Like, you can talk to me, you can talk to people that can get your
Mm-hmm.
story out there. Like, you probably didn't even know what Team Zinks was, but now you can attack Team Zinks and try and get one of their
Yes.
NIL deals. Like, you just never know. But our last question is presented by our sponsor, Cricket Wireless. So shout out to Cricket, a proud supporter of HBCU culture and community. How has going to an HBCU influenced the person you are today?
It changed me a lot. And it very humbled me as well. When I first got here, like I said, I didn't know nothing about HBCUs. So when I first got here, I was big headed. I thought, well, I'm too good for HBCUs. Like I shouldn't be here. I'm only here because I had bad grades in high school. So I was already going in there big headed,
Yeah.
I was the stuff. But it humbled me real fast because I got the training camp and got hurt. I got hurt, and it put me from
Mm.
being second on the depth chart to last. So now I had to work all the way back up. Just from being that one hurt. So I was like, well, I just got home real fast. That messed up my whole routine. I wanted to play freshman year, transfer out, boom, get some film, got my grades up, transfer out. But God had other plans for me. I stayed all 4 years, played football, ran track, got some rings, graduated, and now I'm here. So just really like just be happy that be humble with what you do. Be glad that somebody gave me an opportunity when I shouldn't have got an opportunity because I still had bad grades. So that's all for real.
Well, thank you so much for joining me and sharing your experience with us, Rayquan. I've genuinely like took something from it, especially about the NILs and like just being an athlete myself. Like it's just kind of hard sometimes knowing like I can't get the 9 to 5, I can't get a job. So like thank you so much for sharing your experiences and just dabbling into the NIL experience. Listeners, thanks for tuning in. We've got tons more great guests and we'll continue talking about HBCUs from all angles. So make sure you rate, review, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more Echoes of the Yard. Thank you so much.